When you imagine a classic Greek building, like the Parthenon, what do you see? Soaring, graceful columns supporting a triangular pediment. But have you ever wondered how they span those enormous distances with stone? The answer is not the arch, a technology the Greeks knew of but rarely used for major temples. Their revolutionary achievement was the mastery of the post-and-lintel system and the creation of a timeless architectural language, the classical orders. So, how did they lift multi-ton stone beams into the air? What is the hidden meaning in the fluting of a column? And why do we still study these forms thousands of years later? In this video, we're traveling back to ancient Greece to deconstruct their architectural DNA. We'll break down the three orders, explain the principles of trabided construction, and reveal the optical illusions they used to make their buildings look perfect to the human eye. By then, you'll see a Greek temple not as a ruin, but as a meticulously engineered and symbolically charged masterpiece. Let's start with the fundamental structural system, post-and-lintel, or what is known as trabided construction. This is the simplest yet most imposing form. Vertical posts, the columns support horizontal beams. The lintels, or architraves, the Greek genius was in scaling this system to a monumental level and refining its proportions to an unparalleled degree. The primary limitation is the tensile strength of stone, and like an arch, which transfers load through compression, a stone lintel is a beam in bending. This means the bottom of the lintel is in tension, and stone is very weak in tension. To overcome this, the Greeks used incredibly strong stone, like Pentelic marble, and made their lintels massively thick and deep. The efficiency workflow secret, visible in buildings like the Parthenon, is the use of bronze clamps and dowels to lock the stone blocks together, helping them act as a single, composite unit. A common misconception is that these structures are just stacked stone. They are, in fact, highly engineered assemblies. However, this system ultimately limited the width of their interior spaces, which is why the grandest spaces in Greek temples are often the exterior colonnades, not the interior cella. Now, let's decode the architectural language they invented, the classical orders. An order is a system of rules governing the design and proportion of a column, and the entablature the superstructure it supports. It's a toolkit for beauty. The Doric order is the oldest, most massive, and masculine, originating on the Greek mainland. It is characterized by a sturdy, fluted column that has no base and rests strictly on the stylobate, the temple platform. Capital is a simple, rounded echinus below a square abacus. Above, the entablature features a distinctive frieze with alternating triglyphs, grooved panels, and metopes which were often sculpted. The Doric order embodies strength, simplicity, and power. The Ionic order, from Asia Minor, is more graceful and feminine. Its columns are taller and more slender, standing on a molded base. The capital is its defining feature, with its iconic volutes, a pair of spiral scrolls. The Ionic frieze is often a continuous band for narrative sculpture, allowing for more complex storytelling. It represents elegance and intellect. The evolution continues with the Corinthian order, the most ornate and elaborate of the three. While used sparingly by the Greeks, it was later adopted and beloved by the Romans. Its capital is an intricate basket shape, enveloped by stylized acanthus leaves and small volutes. According to the Roman writer Vitruvius, the design was inspired by a basket of toys left on a young girl's grave, with an acanthus plant growing through it. The Corinthian order symbolizes luxury, opulence, and grandeur. A pro tip for identifying them is: Doric is plain and sturdy, Ionic has the scrolls, and Corinthian has the leafy basket. Beyond the orders, Greek architecture is famous for its sophisticated use of optical refinements. The Greeks understood that perfectly straight lines can appear curved to the human eye. To counter this and create a building that looked perfect, they incorporated subtle curves and inclines. This includes entasis, a slight swelling curvature in the shaft of a column that makes it appear straight and prevents it from looking pinched in the middle. The stylobate, the temple platform, is often slightly convex, rising in the center. The columns themselves lean slightly inward. All these refinements are not random. They are calculated corrections that demonstrate a deep understanding of human perception, making the architecture feel alive and perfectly balanced. To summarize the key takeaways: 1. Greek architecture is based on the post-and-lintel system, using massive stone beams, not true arches. 2. They created the three classical orders Doric, Ionic, Corinthian as a proportional and decorative language for building design. 3. They use sophisticated optical refinements like entasis to create a visually perfect structure. And 4. This system, while limited in span, created an aesthetic of harmony, proportion, and ideal beauty that has influenced Western architecture for 2,500 years. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments below, which of the three Greek orders resonates most with you, and why? Do you prefer the powerful simplicity of the Doric, the graceful intellect of the Ionic, or the elaborate beauty of the Corinthian? Your perspective brings this ancient art to life. If this exploration of the foundations of classic architecture has been valuable, please give this video a like and subscribe.